Alright guys, welcome back for another Dokkan Battle video, and today what we're going to be doing is going over the entire Pikkon Celebration that was on JP, and then have this be like a little preview to what's going to be coming to Global. Of course, they maybe could change some things. I don't think they will, so for the most part, I do think, everything that was on JP is going to come to Global. Now, before we start the video, again, huge shoutouts to Subarazi. Subarazi was the one who created both the thumbnail and the overlay for, probably all the videos going forward. He's just such an amazing guy, so please go show him some support. I will have a link to his channel in the description. Alright, the first unit we're going to be looking at is Pikkon. He leads Connected Hope's 3-key 170% to stats, and then a Superclass 3-key 130% to stats. So similarly to Trunks and Zamasu, again, they both have a category, and then they have the Superclass lead, of course, with them being the superior leaders now, because again, they give 130%. Now, Connected Hopes, we're just going to take a quick look at it. Connected Hopes is a really wonky category. Again, it's one of those, categories that is really small and bad. Again, I mean, even the title doesn't make sense. Consists of characters who represent someone's last hope. Pikkon, again, doesn't really I don't know whose last hope he is. I mean, some of these units, you can make sense of, like Nail, like this Piccolo, but again, usually this category is just kind of weird, to be honest. I mean, it does have a pretty decent roster, Ink Gotenks, Transforming Goku, Future Gohan, Namek Goku, so it doesn't have bad units, but at the same time, if you really look at the runnable units, Nail, this Vegeta, I mean you have to easy A these two, again these three, so it's a weird category for sure, but again, hopefully it gets a lot better in the future. So overall, again, leader skill is not their strongest suit, other than the Superclass. The Superclass is really good. Like, this is amazing. But this part, not very good. Alright. Super Attack. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn and greatly lowers attack. This is really good. Again, for Super Battle Road based purposes, this is really going to be good. I mean, the greatly raise attack is not the best part. The greatly lowering attack is going to be super good there. And then with their unit Super Attack, they greatly raise attack, become super effective against all types, which is really good, and then also lower attack, and then you have to have a Goku Angel or a Vegeta Angel on the team. So again, he actually has the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta on his team, so that's really good for him. Alright, passive. 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. That is very good with the stats. Again, he's going to be at a really solid attack and defensive level. He gives Superclass 2 key and 30% attack and defense with 3 or more type key spheres obtained. Again, this is where they've used, I mean, honestly, this is the part where Pikkon and Janemba kind of become really bad units, is again, all the orb, like, dependency that they have. I mean, Pikkon's isn't as bad as Janemba's. We'll take a look at his in a bit. But 3 type key spheres, again, that's not the most horrible condition. But again, it's just like, why do they always have to limit these units with orbs, Because again, this is a really good leader skill buff. Not a leader skill buff, but a passive buff. 2 key, 30% attack and defense. Because he gives this to himself. So that becomes 2 key and 180% attack and defense. Again, well, I just don't understand why they always have to limit these units with orbs, I mean, this alone wouldn't make them broken, but it's just like, why? Sometimes, Okay, 4 key and a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack. So they get 50% chance to dodge, 4 key, and they seal enemy super attacks with 1 rainbow key sphere obtained. Again, orb dependency. If you don't have a rainbow orb changer on his team, or if there's no rainbow orb, you lose out on a free 50% chance to dodge, a guaranteed seal, and 4 key. Now, this is going to be really important for him, especially when we're talking about difficult content like Extreme AGL Super Battle Road. Again, being able to get probably the Rainbow Orb one and then the 3 type key spheres is going to be extremely crucial to Pikkon, because again, he's going to be supporting the whole rotation. He's going to be sealing the enemy. He gets himself 4 key, and he has a 50% chance to dodge. So again, because they made him so orb dependent, it's just really frustrating sometimes. Alright, and he does have an active skill which basically acts as a Ghost Usher. It's basically what it is. He just delays enemies' attack for 1 turn. So say you're in a sticky situation in, you know, Extreme Super Battle Road, you just pop this and you're good, you know? Okay, and can be activated when you're facing one enemy whose HP is 50% or more, starting from the 4th turn. Okay, so basically, the way you would basically go about this is you would have to kill every single unit in Extreme AGL Super Battle Road with only one of them left, at probably full HP. So that is not the best. And then links, Supreme Warrior, Gentleman, Experienced Fighters, Shocking Speed. Okay, Shocking Speed is good. Cold Judgment, also really good one. Otherworld Warriors, and then Fierce Battle. Okay, Pikkon kind of got shafted in links. Again, Gentleman. I mean, really, you know, Cell is like, and Android 16 are really the only units that come to my mind when I think of Gentleman. Otherworld Warriors, again, no one really has this. And then, I mean, Supreme Warrior is like iffy. But again, Gentleman, Otherworld Warriors doesn't really make sense to me. Again, they probably should have given him like maybe Brainiacs. Again, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, so he's a buff to Worthy Rivals, Otherworld Warriors, which really needed it, Saviors, which also needed it, Battle of Wits, and then he's a huge buff to his own team. Alright, so that was Pikkon. Now we're going over to Janemba. Okay, so Janemba is, in my opinion, probably the most shafted unit when it came to his character design. Again, he's such a good unit, but they just shafted him so badly. Alright, so he's Mind and Body Erosion, which if we take a look at it is I mean, it's a okay category. Again, it's characters whose mind or bodies have been afflicted by conditions such as possession or switching. So again, like Goku, Black, you know, is a prime example. Majin Vegeta, Baby, Metal Cooler. I mean, it's not a bad villain category, but really, it's just like really wonky. Because look how many units are on here. Again, it's not a good size of units that are on this category. So again, Janemba's leader skill again is really only this. I mean, this is super good, you know, so that's really the only reason why I would ever see anyone run him. Alright, he raises defense for 1 turn, which is really good. Again, this, in it, like, by itself is super good. He gets 120% attack and defense. He has guard, so already that's super good. He gives extreme class allies 2 key and 30% attack and defense with 4 or more type key spheres obtained. And this is where Janemba starts to get really, just really, like, shafted. Again, 4 type key spheres is way harder than 3. I know people may be laughing at me and all that, but again, trust me, it is way harder to get 4 type key spheres than it is to get 3. It is way more consistent to get 3 than 4. So, again, this already doesn't make sense why they didn't just make them the same. And then this part is probably the most damaging thing to him is he gets an extra 30% damage reduction with 2 rainbow key spheres obtained. Now, the issue here is we just saw Mind and Body Erosion. There is no one on that team who is a Rainbow Key Sphere Changer. And there really isn't a Rainbow Key Sphere Changer that is actually good on the Extreme Class team. So it's really not consistent to get 2 Rainbow Key Spheres to get that extra damage reduction with Janemba. I mean, Pikkon at least has Spirit Bomb Goku. Again, Super Class, he can run him on that category. Super AGL, he's also on there. Janemba doesn't have that luxury. He doesn't have someone like that really good Spirit Bomb Goku to run with him. He doesn't have that luxury. So unfortunately, Janemba just got really shafted. And then his transformation, he needs to be hit 5 times. Again, for those of you who use Jiren, who have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you know how hard it is sometimes to get this off consistently. It can be pretty hard, unless you're in like Super Battle Road. But other than that, that's about it. And then his links, he has no key links, which also gives him a huge detriment because he has no key at the start of turn. He only gets 2 key if you can get this passive buff off. So, again, Janemba is one of these units where it's like, they really shafted him, you know? So, I mean, that's really unfortunate for him because, again, he's Extreme Tech, which really needed the buff, but, you know, they just kind of shafted him, honestly. Again, the Innocence more than meets the eye, again. Metamorphosis, I mean, these links are pretty bad, except for Big Bad Bosses, Metamorphosis, and Fierce Battle. I mean, they could have gotten rid of Master of Magic and given him Shocking Speed, you know, just to give him an extra 2 key, because again, it makes no sense to give him this, because usually these are like the Bobbity and Deborah units, you know? So, I mean, in a sense, and more than meets the eye, I don't mind. But again, just get rid of Master of Magic and give him Shocking Speed, and he would have been fine, you know? And then his categories: movie bosses, transformation boost, and mind and body erosion. So, not on a whole lot of categories, unfortunately. And then there is Super Janemba. Again, I think they really shafted him, of course. He gets 180% attack and defense, really good. He raises attack and defense for 1 turn on super attack, so again, really, really solid. He randomly changes key spheres to rainbow key spheres, which is exactly what we needed. And then he also changes them to another type of key spheres. So basically what he does is if there's tech orbs, he can change all of the tech orbs to AGL, and then he also creates rainbow orbs. So that's the way Janemba's key mechanic works. He gets an extra 40% attack with 3 or more type key spheres obtained. Again, slap on defense. And then he has a high chance of evading enemies' attacks. Again, don't know why they didn't, give him guard. High chance to evade plus guard. Again, all the Janemba units have had guard except him, so that's why I say that he got shafted. With 1 rainbow key sphere obtained. This is not a bad condition, this part. Because again, he's making key spheres himself. So Janemba in this form, he can get this pretty consistently because he himself makes key. So again, that is not a bad condition. The rest of it though is like really bad. He just got absolutely shafted. And then thankfully, again, they gave him Shocking Speed for key and Fear and Faith, which again gives key as well. So that's really, really the only thing going for this version of Janemba is, at least he gets key, If there's one thing we can count on is that he at least gets a bit of key. And then, of course, the guard, him being shafted off of having guard is really bad. All right. Next up is the new Prime Battle. Bobbity and Deborah. No, not Bobbity and Deborah. Majin Buu and Bobbity. All right. So they lead Majin Buu Saga 4-key 130% to stats. By the way, I don't have a really good Majin Buu Saga, category leader. So this is going to be my new leader for that category. His super attack, he has a medium chance of sealing enemy super attack and a medium chance of stunning. And then he has the same thing on the 18 key. Again, this is just really the only change. Alright, so that's actually pretty good. Again, a 30% chance to seal and stun. That's really, really powerful in Super Battle Road. Alright, again, he gets 3 key, 40,000 attack and defense. Again, he is a Prime Battle, so he just gets straight, number buffs. He gets 3 key and 30,000 attack and defense when the target is in the attack down or defensive down status. Stunned, or the target enemy super attack is sealed. Again, he's just going to basically get this for free because, again, he does all of that himself except for the lowering attack and defense part. And then he launches an additional attack that has a 30% chance of becoming a super attack and recovers 5% HP at the end of the turn in which attack was received. So basically, Bobbity gets hit once. This Bobbity and Boo gets hit once. This activates the last part of their passive where they have a 30% chance of an additional super attack, and then they recover 5% HP. So again, really, really good. All right. His links, Master of Magic, again, it's really only the Bobbity based units. Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Shattering the Limit, and Legendary Power. Decent link set. Majin Buu Saga, Joint Forces buff to that. Terrifying Conquerors and Inhuman Deeds buff to this as well. So again, overall, really, really solid unit. Again, he's probably the most hype unit that I'm waiting for the celebration. Again, I'm a closet fan of this Super Janemba and this Janemba unit, even though, again, he is a little bit shafted, but I am quite a fan of this unit. Alright, next up is the EZA for this guy. The STR Extreme Class lead for Extreme STR. The Extreme STR lead, I don't know why I said Extreme Class STR lead. Anyways, he's 3 key and 130% to stats. And then Super STR 3 key 90% to stats. He causes immense damage and massively lowers defense. Again, if they made this massively lowers defense and attack, that would have been much better. He gets 100% attack and defense. Again, that doesn't look like a lot, but again, with his stats buff, that's going to mean a lot for this unit. He has guard, which is super good. He has a medium chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, plus an additional chance of evading enemies' attack, plus 10% with each attack evaded. So basically, what this means is if Janemba dodges once with this 30%, he can dodge again, but now he has a 40% chance, and then if he dodges again, he has a 50% chance on the next attack, and so on and so forth. So theoretically, if you can get 7 super attacks and Janemba dodges all of them, at the end of the last attack, Janemba's going to have a 100% chance to dodge. So again, very, very good unit. And then his link set, again, being super good. Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and then Fierce Battle. And then, of course, he's on all these category teams. Just look at the plethora of categories he's on. So very big buff to Mind and Body Erosion. Okay, now these two. These two are going to get an easy A. Again, if we pull up the... Oh, no, those are the banners. If we pull up the timeline of events, again, these two we already went over. Boo and Bobbity. Veku we'll get to in a bit. The easy A for Janemba. And then, of course, this easy A right here. Again, we're not sure if they will come, but most likely they will come eventually. And then, of course, there's an explosive chain battle, which I'm pretty sure we already have, I think. We'll take a look at that in a bit. So anyways, going to Vegeta. I think Vegeta's personally the better one of the two. We'll see why. He's Vegeta's family 3 key 130%, so very good leader skill. And physical 3 key 100% to stats, already very good leader skill. Super attack greatly raises attack and then stacks defense. Alright, so he greatly stacks attack and then he just raises defense. Again, not the most special because most units can do that nowadays. He gets 1 key at the start of each turn and 70% attack when there's a Goku's family category enemy. So legendary Goku event, this guy is going to have an insane amount of attack and defense. Of course, he has to stack. Attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack. Very, very powerful. 7 key and 70% defense when HP is 70% or less. And then a chance of performing a critical hit plus 7% per rainbow key sphere obtained up to 30%. So again, very, very solid unit. If you need a unit to beat the legendary Goku event, this is probably your best unit for that. And then, of course, his links are pretty good, except for over 9,000, which, again, most units don't have. And then he's a huge buff to Dragon Ball Seekers, Vegeta's family, Space Traveling Warriors, Prodigal Warriors, which we don't have just yet on Global Dokkan, Planetary Destruction, which we do have, and then Inhuman Deeds. Alright, now is Goku's turn. Alright. My mouth is a little dry and a little sore from just all the talking I've been doing all day. But the grind never stops. Goku's family 3 key 130% to stats. Again, really good leader skill. And then tech 3 key 100% to stats. Same thing, greatly stacks attack, raises defense. So again, good for long events. He gets 1 key and 70% defense if there's a Vegeta's family category enemy at the start of each turn is the key. 100% attack and defense when supering. He gets 7 key and 70% attack when HP is 70% or less. And he has a 7% chance to crit per tech key sphere obtained up to 30%. So again, they're just basically mirrors of each other except for this part for Vegeta's defense. And of course, this is attack for this Goku. Again, really solid unit. Again, really great link set, you know, over in a flash, Z Fighters, all in the family, same lineage. You know, he's just getting a lot of both key and defense from links as well. And then Turtle School, which will come during the anniversary. Good buff to All Out Struggle and the Full Power category. All right. And then Veku. I'm going to tell you guys right now, do not rainbow this unit. I will only get him to 55% for content-based purposes, but do not rainbow this unit. He is bad. All right. So Fusion, 3 key, 50% to stats. Again, this is a leader skill that will eventually get an easy A, but they didn't easy A him for some reason. He has a high chance of massively raising attack for 1 turn and causes supreme damage, so not the best super attack effect. He gets 150% attack and 50% defense. He lowers his own attack by 50% with each turn that passes, so not the best ability right there. He has a medium chance of performing a critical hit, which is a 30% chance when performing a super attack. Alright. He gets defense and a chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack plus 10% with each attack received. Now, this is not the worst condition. Again, him getting hit, getting defense, and dodge chance, it's not the worst. The issue lies in that he only gets 50% defense, and he's under 7,000 defense. He's gonna get hit very hard, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to put him in the first slot. Lynx, also, tough as nails. Again, which fusion unit has this? Like, let's just take a look at it. Who has tough as nails? I don't see a single fusion in here. So, again, he gets shafted. What, are you gonna run this tech Pikkon with him? I doubt so. Fused fighter, you know, fusion failure as well. Let's just take a look at it at what this link is. You're gonna run in and I mean, you're gonna run any of these guys? Probably not. The only person who's gonna run that the failed version of the fat version of Gotenks is probably JP Fanta, but again, he's a full free-to-play man. JP Fanta is. Over in a flash, Otherworld Warriors, again, bad link. Again, not a lot of units have that. And then he's on Fusion, Movie Heroes, and Otherworld Warriors. So, again, Veku is not good. Do not rainbow this guy. And then back to the timeline of events. Again, this is basically the whole celebration. New Dokkan Ultimate Clash, which is good. The banner, the new units, new free-to-play story event is you know, always welcome. Again, free Dragon Stones. Again, if you want to, you can farm him up, but I wouldn't recommend rainbowing him. Again, if you want to maybe do like 55%, that's fine, but again, I wouldn't go for the rainbow. And then, of course, the Prime Battle, which is really good. Probably the best part of the celebration in terms of a new unit is probably the Prime Battle unit. Again, Easy A. Again, this is 60 stones right here if they decide to do it. So really, really solid overall, and a really good Easy A's as well. And then an Explosive Chain Battle, which we'll take a look at Super Saiyan Vegeta Angel in just a bit. And then we'll take a look at the banners for Pikkon and Janemba. Actually, we'll take a look at Pikkon's first. Alright, so again, it is a, I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's a 7 featured banner, again, so you have a 0.0625% chance. That's actually pretty good. They're probably going to have step-ups. Again, I always recommend people to do the step-ups. Number one, because you have, you know, a good chance of pulling maybe one of these units on the step-ups. Again, Pikkon is not bad, but again, he is really limited in his categories. Alright, now the banner value is not bad, but it's not the best. The reason I say that is because Turles, I mean, he's a really good support type unit, but he still gets hit really hard, you know? Exchange Majin Buu, again, I'm not the huge, I mean, I like him, but I'm not the biggest fan of him. You know, he still lacks a lot of stuff, so not the best unit. Broly and this Gogeta, they have aged a bit, but they're still really relevant. And then, of course, Easy A, SCR Gogeta. People probably already have this guy rainbowed, unless you're new to the game. So, again, I mean, it is going to be an L to pull this guy if you do decide to summon. So, again, overall, Pikkon's banner it's somewhat decent, you know. The blue fusions are on it, so that's probably going to get people to summon, but again, you can just buy them with coins. Alright, Janemba's banner, I think, is actually a lot better. The main reason for that is, again, you have Gotenks, who is very, very good. You have, of course, the blue fusion counterpart, of course, the Super Vegito, Trunks and Zamasu, which are way better than Broly and Gogeta, because again, they're still really good for free-to-play players. Int Goku Black, again, he's a god. And then Easy A Int Janemba is still super good. Again, guard, really solid defense, really good attack. Still to this day, really good. The only downside here is, I mean, you could say that it's Janemba, but again, I mean, I am kind of like a closet fan of this unit. You know, I really do like him. I don't think it's as hard to get his condition as people say, his conditions as others say, but again, it is, I mean, it is a pretty inconsistent though, so. Overall, I would say the banners are not horrible, but I would not summon. The main reason is because, again, there's way better banners coming in the future, so I would just skip this one for now. And then, I mean, if you really want one of them, you know, just buy them with coins. If you don't have coins, again, just do the step-ups. They're most likely going to have step-ups. Again, usually these banners tend to. So what I would suggest, and even what I'm going to do, is, again, do the step-ups. In fact, I might only even do the step-ups on Janemba's banner. Just because, again, Janemba, again, is a unit that I would like to buff my Extreme Tech team. Into Gotenks, I would really love to pull a copy of him. Same thing with this Super Vegito. and this Goku Black. So again, for me personally, I might just do the step ups for Janemba. But again, I would suggest you do the step ups just because, again, hopefully you get a good chance of pulling these units. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. And I just remembered we're going to take a look at the Super Saiyan Vegeta one. So I'm not going to end the video right there. Good thing I caught myself. All right, let's go to the bosses. There we go. Let's see if we've gotten it, because I mean, it'll tell us right here if we have it. We have not. All right, so it's going to be against this Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. It's going to be Mind and Body Erosion, Otherworld Warriors, and Worthy Rivals. Not the best setup of units. Again, yeah, Pikkons. Again, I don't know if people are going to want to Rainbow Pikkon. The Janembas, people are probably going to have Rainbowed. Again, the Janembas are really good. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. People probably have them Rainbowed. And then, of course, the new units are going to be really good in this event. So overall, it's going to be... it's probably going to be just exactly like this Gohan one, where it's not going to be good. It's really not. So, again, Explosive Chain Battle. It's interesting game mode. So, anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys decide to summon, best of luck to you guys. I personally would not recommend you guys to summon, but again, we'll see. So, anyways, like I said before, that is going to do it for today's video. And I'll see you guys next time.